How are you doing, people? I'm bringing you today an alphabet battle against PuddlesA1. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with concept of alphabet battles, basically you and your opponent choose the same 6-letter word and then use the first letter of Pokemon names to form that word. So, more observant of you probably already noticed that we've been very serious and mature and have chosen Fingers as our word. On my side there is Semi-Rain team with Scarf Swanna, Azelf from my old UU Rain team, Wish Passing Illumine, Specs Gothitelle and Nosepass, because it's Nosepass. That gives me an advantage against Infernape, but can also backfire if his Articuno or Starmie turned out to be offensive oriented. So let's find out how it went down. I lead off with Politoed. There's a surprise, I know. Because as I already said in one of my previous videos, I can't be bothered to save any OU pokes. The only Politoed I have is a physically defensive variant copied straight from Smogon database. This actually gives me a handy scouting opportunity because I can take any hit from Faragli, well, maybe except Specs Thunder, but Puddles isn't mad to run that. That is why I go for a Hypnosis, as he makes a smarter play and U-turns to his Garbodor to find out by its damage output what kind of set I'm running and set up some entry hazards. To prevent that from happening, I switch straight to Gotcha, so he is able only to set up one layer of Toxic Spikes and then straight out dies to Psychic. Now he goes to Infernape, obviously only to U-turn right out, so I go back to Politoed to take it. So knowing that I'm a defensive variant, he goes to Nidoqueen, as it turns out only to set up a Stealth Rock, but in the rain, even without any investments, Cold does a bad ton of damage and just barely misses a one-hit KO. Rather than taking me out, he decides to save this thing as a death fodder and switch to Starmie to take another Scald. Partially because I don't need Politoed, and partially because I want to get this OU whore out of my sight, I stay in, take a Psyshock and go for another Hypnosis, even though I'm aware of his natural cure. Then, just in case he tries to Poison Stall me, I switch to Gothitelle, but because I don't have any speed investment, I know that his Nidoqueen outspeeds me, so I death fodder my Politoed, go to Azelf and get an instant revenge kill with a Psychic. Then he goes to Articuno and I'm thinking, cool, another free kill for a Mastermind, but he's like, I don't know, takes a Thunder like it's nothing and rolls me right back to Gothitelle. Knowing that I can't take him out with any attack, I decide to not even bother trying and switch to Nosepass as he roosts off back up to full to set up my Stealth Rocks, because only now I realized how crucial are they in wearing down his Articuno. But unlike me, he has a Rapid Spinner on his team in form of Starmie, and seeing my intentions, he switches right to it and Rapid Spins them as I go for a Pain Split, which is a mistake on my part. What I should have done is keep going for Stealth Rock, leaving him with no choice but to take me out and then go to Azel to force his switch, since he has nothing on his team that can take 2 Thunders. Instead, I decide to bring my Illumine to take a Scald, but I really underestimate the power of rain boosted attacks, and on top of that he gets a crit and brings me to the range where poison damage finishes me off on the same turn. That leaves me with no choice but to try and wear his team down as much as possible with a Hurricane, though not only his Starmie thanks to HP investment takes one, but also without Stealth Rocks on his side he has an Articuno at full health, which takes it like it's a nice breeze. Because I have enough HP for one more Stealth Rock switch in, I decide to death fodder my Gothitelle, because after entry hazards damage it's at a very revengeable range, meaning that she won't be able to do much this game. I go back to Nosepass and then double switch to Azelf predicting his Starmie. However, he brings his Infernape instead, and because I still don't know his item, I don't want to risk getting outsped and killed with U-turn, so I bring my Nosepass once again to take it. Right there he gives me one last chance to set up my rocks by going for a recover, and I use it, but again, instead of spamming Stealth Rocks until I die, I let him Rapid Spin them away once more, switch to Azelf and finally take him out. But it doesn't even matter at this point, because it has done all that he wanted, kept entry hazards away from his side, which will become crucial to the battle outcome. Now in comes Paragli, and I death fodder my Nosepass predicting a fake out, but as he later told me, he was in fact choice banded and wasn't carrying it. I go to Swanna, knowing that rain boosted Surf is my only way of one-hit KOing this thing, but he saves it and death fodders his Infernape instead. But his Articuno once again is like, I don't know. And at this point I'm like, I'm as mad as hell and I'm not gonna take this anymore! And I indeed do not take an Ice Beam anymore. So now I'm down to Mastermind, and basically my only hope of breaking to this Articuno is 30% paralysis chance, but although I do eventually get it, he does not get fully paralyzed, and from the range I'm at, Ice Beam turns out to be enough to take me out, and that is the game. Good game, Puddles. What can I say? Articuno might not have the best defensive typing, but with the right support from the team, it can sure work as a wall. I didn't realize how much of a problem it causes to my team until it was too late. Still, I enjoyed the battle, hope you guys did as well, in which case don't forget to rate or comment the video, and I see you all next time.